What's up, self-healers? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. First up front, I want to apologize. I'm just learning how to use my laptop and upload YouTubes. Generation Xer here, so you got to be patient with me on learning new equipment and learning new ways of working with YouTube. But anywho, today I wanted to come on and speak about the topic of the narcissistic empath dynamic and how the narcissist actively seeks out single parents. So the narcissist actively seeks out vulnerable populations, period, because a vulnerable population means easy access to energy. Single parents are normally stressed out. They're normally stressed out mentally, physically, emotionally, and logistically. I mean, just in the short period of time that I have my grandchildren here over the weekend, I never get a chance to sit down. I'm constantly moving. If I'm not cooking, I'm making snacks. If I'm not making snacks, I'm washing dishes. If I'm not washing dishes, I'm washing sheets. If I'm not washing sheets, I'm folding clothes. It just goes on and on and on. And so single parents are continuously moving, continuously busy. And so what single parent wouldn't want a reliable partner to be a teammate with them, to assist them with all the logistics of taking care of children? Right? And so the narcissist, he comes in or she comes in with their regular old behavior of the love bombing and, up on the white horse with the flowers in their hand and the wedding band in their pocket. In this case, they come with the Barbie doll and a little truck and video games and anything else that children might like, because they not only love bomb the parents, they love bomb the children. And so what they do is they get in there. Once they find out that you have children, they may speak about their children. They may speak about their children's childhood experience or what type of parent they were. And believe me, they were the perfect parent. They were doing it for TV. Trust me. And so they have all these great stories about a beautiful parent they are. But if you ask them where their children are, 9 times out of 10, their children aren't even speaking to them. They're adult children. All right. And so they come with all these stories about what great parents they are. So what they're doing is they're using a tactic to make you feel comfortable so that you feel comfortable enough to introduce them to your children. They may even start bringing the children gifts in advance before they ever meet the children. Trying to get you comfortable enough. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to come in, they're trying to play the hero. They're going to fill the gaps. So if you need someone to take the children to the softball game, then they'll be the ones to say, hey, I'll take the children to the softball game. Or if you need extra snacks in the house or something, and they're on the way, hey, what do you need? The children need juice and snacks. And so they'll stop by the store and get juice and snacks. They're the perfect gap filler when it comes into to helping single parents out, right? But then they turn around and they use these same vulnerabilities against that person. And so, of course, during the love bomb phase, which could last for a few months even, the single parent is excited to have someone on their team that fills the gaps that their children like, because they put forth a lot of effort to ensure that the children like them, right? Because once a single parent is brave enough to allow somebody to come within their home and allow someone close enough to their children, of course, they want their children to like them. And once their children like them, which the narcissist puts forth extra effort to ensure that the children like them, it's hard for a single parent to take away someone that the children like. And so it makes it more difficult for the single parent to get out of this situationship because the children are involved. And the narcissist will use that. Once they get in there good and they got the children's love and everything, because children don't just like, they love. They got the children's love and trust. And then the devaluation phase comes when the narcissist might say something like, what kind of mother are you? Like, this is what you're feeding these kids, and, or whatever. They'll have something to start slowly but surely breaking the single parent down. Right? Because they're getting them ready for the devaluation phase. They might say something like, why are the children always fighting? Or, it's because you let them watch this or that. They will start bashing your parenting skills when at first you were just the best parent ever. But now they're in there, right? And so they may use the children to stay longer. That's exactly what they do. Not they may. They use the children to stay around longer and feed longer. And in addition to all this, children are excellent energy sources. because the child is going to look up to you. He or she's going to admire you. They're just going to think you're the bee's knees, and so it's an energy source. It's an ego boost for the narcissist. Like the mother or the father, the single parent might say, you're I don't like the way you're treating me. And then the narcissist might say, well, the children love me. And so they will use this parent, because sometimes single parents have things like they may have abandonment issues. They may have, because apparently the other parent's not there, so they may have been abandoned by the other parent, or they may be recovering from a divorce, and those are never fun. They may be they have a limited support system, especially if their mother or their father, or they don't have family members around, they're a single parent, then they're really vulnerable, right? And so if you do have family members around, they'll love bomb the family members, so that when you get ready to leave them after they start the devaluation phase, and then the family can be like, he's a good man, Celie, and so you're more likely to stay. The family only sees the good side, because the narcissist doesn't show in front of everyone the abuse that they do, right? And so because they always show their best face or their best facade, their best mask, it's hard for the victim to explain to other people what's happening behind closed doors. And so they use these children, right? They may use the children during the like once they go through the devaluation phase, and then they go through the discard phase, right? They'll use the children to hoover back in. Now, remember, when they're on the discard phase, the narc never really discards you. The discard doesn't happen completely 100% until the empath discards. The narc just discards as a pattern of torture. So it's the love bomb phase. Then they start devaluating you. Then they start discarding you. Then they start hoovering you back in. It's a pattern with them that never stops. Right? And so a discard never really occurs until the empath says enough is enough. And the empath is the one that does the discarding. And then at that point, they have to go no contact. But the narcissist will get to the discard phase, right? And then they will use the children to hoover you back in. What about the children? And the children are going to be children. Where's Miss Such and Such? Where's Mr. Such and Such at? They're going to be begging for them because Mr. Such and Such or Miss Such and Such was bringing them toys and bringing them candy and bringing them snacks and, just basically love bombing them. So they come in with this hero complex of saving the single parent. They find out all the gaps, which are not hard to find, because if you see me struggling to cook, clean, go to softball practice, take to school, help with homework, doing all these things that single parents have to do, it's easy to say, hey, let me take the trash out for you, or let me help with homework, or I'll take them to the softball game. So it's an easy setup for the narcissist. And it's kind of sad. So they come in with a hero complex, where they, and then they will throw that into the single parent's face. Like, look after all I've done for you. Look what I've done. The shoes on your children's feet, I bought them. The food in that refrigerator, I bought it. So it's a really dangerous setup when the narcissist comes for the single parent. Because the single parent is very vulnerable. And like we said at the beginning, narcissists love vulnerable populations. And children are not exempt from the narcissistic behavior. They are not exempt. As a matter of fact, they are primary candidates. So if you're a single parent, just be careful who you let come. If they try to move too fast and try to meet your children, or they're saying what a good parent they were, or they start bringing your children's gifts too early, don't fall for it. Pay attention to it, because the narcissist is trying to get their foot in the door, and then they get around your children, they start love bombing your children, and then when they do the discard phase, it doesn't only break your heart and crush your spirit, it breaks your children's heart and crushes their spirit, right? So be careful out there, single parents, when it comes to this narcissistic behavior. Well, that's all I have for you today. Here on Closing the Gap, we make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. We'll see you next time here on Closing the Gap. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. And if you're really feeling my vibe, don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you know the next time that I upload. We'll see you later.